Hey, if you're running out of storage space on your Synology or QNAP NAS, or in fact any other NAS, then watch this video. We're going to talk about ways to free up some space or add extra space, and in general the different ways of gaining more space on your network attached storage. So the first thing what you would do probably would be cleaning up your NAS. There are, like, for Windows applications like WinDirStat and JDiskReport. Yes, they sound like it's for Windows, but if it's SMB mapped drive on your Windows, then it will be able to actually see all the storage, all the folders on your NAS. So just make sure that you got home folder mapped on your computer, and you can run this report, and you'll figure out where are the most of the files living at. So there might be something to delete. Very likely you might actually get rid of some snapshots if you have enabled that sort of feature. Also check your recycle bin on your NAS. You might have enabled that. You might need to clean that up. And otherwise, if you do some sort of transcoding, offline transcoding, there might be some video files duplicated, which you could get rid of. You might not have those movies anymore, but the files still exist. That would be the first thing, cleaning up, but this is just a plaster. So if you need more space, the first thing what you might think of is probably going to be expansion unit. So there is Synology expansion units, there are QNAP expansion units. If you go rack mount, you're obviously going to connect through the SAS, which is going to be 12 gigabit a second connection, and adding these drives through that bandwidth. Same with desktop units, you're going to find this mini SAS port at the back of the Plus series very often, or XS series. This is how you connect. You can either expand your existing volume. So if you got already RAID 5 on your, for example, 920, you can add additional few drives and get up to 9 drives in a RAID 5, RAID 6 or SHR, and you can gain more space this way with expansion. Same on the QNAP. There are more options of expanding a different kind of speeds. You can most of the time you'll be able to upgrade or add expansion through USB or SAS, but also there are options for Thunderbolt for a few models. So this is the easiest way to upgrade and add some more storage. Another way would be replacing the disks. So if you got QNAP, you're probably going to have regular RAID 5, RAID 6 or 5060, whatever you chose. Then you could actually replace those drives with big ones. If you got 1 terabyte drives, you can replace with 6 terabyte or 8 terabyte drives. Once you have replaced all of those drives, you're going to have option like this. Go in settings, replace disk by disk. So one disk inserted is going to rebuild the RAID, another rebuild until you go through all the list. With Synology is a bit easier because it comes with SHR RAID, same like Drobo, beyondRAID, same as Synology. Once you have replaced 2 disks, so for example if you have 4 1 terabyte drives, if you can replace 2 of those disks, you're already going to gain additional storage space. So you don't need to replace all of the drives in your NAS. Just replace 2 or more, and you're already gonna get extra storage space without need for replacing all drives. So this is a visual way of actually understanding how it works. In this case, is like if you got 500 gigabyte drives, 4 of them in a regular RAID, you will have in RAID 5 capacity of 3 drives, 1 drive for redundancy, so 1.5 terabytes. In SHR is the same. If you replace 1 drive, nothing changes on regular RAID or SHR. If you replace 2 drives, you already can see that you got extra 1.5 terabytes of storage space. If you replace 2 drives, that's already 3 terabytes extra. And if you replace all of the drives, obviously there's no difference anymore. So moving on, what else you can do if you don't want to replace those drives? You can, if you've got a QNAP, you can add virtual JBOD. That means either locally another NAS expansion box, JBOD box, or remotely another NAS. You can actually tell QNAP that this is going to be your additional storage space, and it's going to attach this storage space to your QNAP in a way that it will seem like it's actually the storage space on the physical drives on your NAS. So whenever you connect through the map drive or directly, you will feel like there is no additional volume you need to put your data on, because it's all combined together into one storage space. So that's way of doing these things. Similarly, in tiered storage as well, you can mix together hot data storage devices and colder ones. Similar approach. Then the other option, if you got M.2 slots on your NAS, like if you got DX series, if you got new 73A series and similar, you can actually add M.2 SATA or NVMe SSDs, and instead of using them for cache, you can actually say that this NVMe storage is going to be my storage space. I'm going to be putting files on it. I'm not going to use it for cache. So that's one way of doing this. It's an expensive way compared to hard drive expansion, but if you don't want to get another expansion box or another box running somewhere in the background, this could be a way. Nowadays you can get actually 8 terabyte, 4 terabyte, 8 terabyte SSDs like that, and you can easily expand your storage space this way with Qtier, for example. Other option is if you got a 2.5 inch drives SSD or hard drives, laptop type of drives. QNAP is having these QDI adapters, which means you can put 2 of these drives into one of this converter thing, slide into a NAS, and now you have two drives using the same SATA connection for storage. So this effectively could allow you to double your storage space by adding new drives with this converter. And the last thing what you could do is changing your RAID. So for example, if you got RAID 1, if you got a 4 bay in RAID 1, you could add another drive and migrate to RAID 5. RAID 1 means that both of these drives are mirrored, so effectively use half of your storage media devices for just redundancy. So if you've add another drive, you lose one drive, but you actually you're increasing the storage space. Instead of losing half, you're losing 30% from 3 drives, and so on. More you add, more you gain. The same, maybe you might have actually RAID 6 enabled, and you think like, my drives never failed, I might actually downgrade and change it to RAID 5 or something. That's another option. I hope these were the helpful ways of teaching you how to add extra storage space. And if you got any questions, you can always go to NAS Compares, fill the forms there, send email to info NAS Compares, and we can help you, and we can help others by shooting videos like that. Cheerio.